The Guardians of the Galaxy movies are easily my favorite MCU movies, and as long as LEGO keeps putting out sets, I'm going to get all of them just because I want to get all of the minifigures in my collection. But even at this point, with all the sets coming out, LEGO does end up missing some characters, especially in the case of more antagonist-style characters. They'll get some of them out, but others they'll miss, which as a super collector that wants everybody, leads you to some custom minifigures in your collection. And this is why I bought my first custom minifigure, being the Phoenix Customs Collector on the left there. Needed to get that one since it was locked behind that SDCC version of the character. And that Phoenix version was probably even better, so it was a good investment in the long run. I also have the Ling Ego here. Today, though, it isn't going to be one of the villain characters. It is actually going to be Jakabricks, Gamora, based off of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This version of the character didn't get made by LEGO at all, so it's great to be getting this one. It's the first one of their whole line of Guardians of the Galaxy figures. It has their pretty typical sliding container where it doesn't actually lock in place, so you gotta be careful picking it up because there's a chance it could slide off. It has the figure in a separate plastic bag, an extra expression, the sword also packaged separately, and some nice freebies. Looks like I had a free keychain here and 2 different stickers with the Cyberpunk Edgerunners character that they did, as well as Saul Goodman. It was kind of fun to get. Like most custom minifigures, comes with a card with the kind of silhouette metallic noir style version of the character by Jakabrick, and on the back just a write up about the brand, their Instagram tag. So nice to keep it consistent with all these cards if you want to figure out a way to display those separately. But with all that being laid out, let's go ahead and get this figure on the stand for the review. Getting more on the stand, there are some very serious red flags about this figure that I have to point out. Jaka is really bad at designing female hair pieces where they are just way too tight to the figure, and I already went ahead and struggled to get it off camera so I could show off the alternative expressions, and during the process, since the hair piece is printed, damaged some of the printing, so there's going to be some black showing through, which is really unfortunate because this isn't a $100 figure and I've already damaged it, and really there is no way to get the hair piece off without messing around with the bottom of the hair to try and push it up and off. So that is something really bad with their figure designs that I have to point out. So I had the same problem with X-23, but at least this hairpiece wasn't printed. And when it comes to hairpieces, you know the plastic's going to be pretty thin, and even while you're struggling, there's a chance you could break it. So bad design there. Same goes for the sword. I'm already having silver scrape off of the handle there. So another unfortunate side effect of their design process. Probably should have been molded in a silver plastic instead of just being spray painted or whatever they did there. And it's too bad I already have really big negatives about the figure like that. Where I really want to like the version of this character, since LEGO missed out on this costume, didn't put Gamora in any of the sets for Guardians 3. But I have to point that out because that is just ridiculous as a consumer. So getting that out of the way to show off the back printing. You can see great wrap around on the legs, on the torso as well. You know, no side torso printing, but the design lines up the way it should. Another one of the molded parts is the collar piece there. I'm pretty sure pretty much every character that's going to come out in this line is going to have a collar piece. So don't know for sure if it's the same one right now. It would be a nice way to get some use out of that part. Do like the expression. It's going to fit pretty consistently with the ones that LEGO has put out, so you can swap all of these around. They're all going to be the same colors. And just getting the sword out of the hand. Hoping not to damage it anymore. You can see that a bunch of silver just flaked all over the place. So very disappointed in this figure right off the bat. See right there, just already damaged the sword just by putting it in the hand. So that's great. Great design. And arm printing, great. Wrap around there with the top of the gloves, different arm bands. So it's too bad, you know. Printing wise, this is going to be a great figure. Let's see if there's anything on the inside of the legs. Yep, boot printing continues around. So printing wise, I've never been disappointed by their figures, but man, some of those molds, not up to the standard that they should be for the price. Getting the head off, the collar piece is easy to move around, so if you change the expression, boom, and you can kind of see where the neck is. You're going to have to adjust it a little bit just to make sure it is lined up, so that could get annoying. With that being said, you know, you're going to have to pick your final choice for which head you want to use, because the hairpiece won't come off very easily and you're going to risk damaging it every time you take it off. Put it back on, and I'll go ahead and throw on that other head. And to me, this is a missed opportunity. I don't even really associate this face print with the scene in the movie. It's supposed to be at the end when she's thinking to herself, that would be nice between her and Peter if they were together. I think having a facial expression that had more attitude would be better. And you know, this one kind of would fit my idea of what I would want. When she points at like Nebula and says, sounds more like her, that would be a great expression. I want to see something that's a bit more unique. And I guess this one, you know, it could be battle ready, it could be that scene. A little bit of versatility, but just having eyes closed like this doesn't fit the character perfectly for me. I guess you could use this head from Guardians 2 when she's sitting in the field and Nebula flies and starts shooting at her. Fine. So those are the different head options. You're going to have to switch out the collar between whatever head you pick or whatever direction of the two-sided one you want to use. Don't think I'm really going to ever use this one, but I do like the other two. And printing is pretty great. I can't deny that, but would have liked more from this figure. With that being said, let's jump into the comparisons and the final verdict. I can appreciate getting this design of Gamora in the collection. It does have some negatives though, like the tight hair piece, the ink already chipping off on that, just trying to replace the head with the alternative expressions. That's going to cause problems in the long term, especially for creators that want to take photos or, you know, use this as more than just a display piece. So got to keep that in mind. And it's kind of fun to see it next to some other Jaka figures that are all live action characters. The only one that really doesn't have the hair issue is Ellie, since it is a much smaller piece and doesn't wrap around the head as much. On top of that, it is cool to see it next to the other Guardians figures. And I'm very excited to get the rest of the Jaka line all together. It's nice too with the Lego figures. It has all the different expressions, so you could switch these into the character as well and it'll be just as compatible. And I'm just missing the Infinity War Gamora right now. Not sure where that is in my collection. I for sure have it. I might have left it back in Minnesota and sometime during the move just didn't realize it didn't come with me. So I'll definitely have to find that. Too bad that's probably one of the more expensive Gamora figures. So hoping I didn't lose it and I'll find it eventually. But this is a great design, print-wise, for sure. And I do like the color on the hair. So must be one of those necessary evils, unfortunately. But just wanted to make sure that you were warned. Things to be careful about if you do get this figure in hand. But it looks nice, and it'll be a kind of a cool little piece to get in the collection, especially if you're a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. If you want to see more custom LEGO Marvel videos, or custom LEGO videos overall, check out all the videos on my channel. I've been Brick Radiop, and I'll see you in the next video.